Hi guys, Rose here. So I was doing Rachel's weekly challenge the other day over at Roxy Creations, and I'm a bit behind, so I was catching up and I was doing the envelope flips. These ones, if you remember those, the window envelopes. And as I was doing them, I realised I had a couple of envelopes that don't have the windows, and just the thoughts running through my head, and I came up with an idea to use them. Now, I haven't actually made this yet, but I'm going to try and attempt it on a camera for you to follow along maybe. We'll see how it turns out. It might turn out to be absolutely rubbish. I might fumble and mess it up along the way, but look, it is what it is. Now, I have a collaged a piece of book page onto this just to hide my address, so don't worry about that. Okay, so my idea was similar to Rachel's, and it's probably something that may have been done before, but we'll see. So I want to kind of make an open. Alright, we're going to open this one first anyway, because that's, I know I want to do that. So let's open this one. I'm going to open the top and the bottom, or both the sides, whichever way you look at it. I would call that top and the bottom because that's the way it's facing me. We're going to open these two short sides. Okay, now we can remove this. That's not necessary. Cool. It would come off nicely, that would be great. Yeah, okay. And the same on the other side. There's that. Now, I happen to have been able to leave the flap on this envelope, which may have been handy, but it is perforated. I wonder. Actually, I'll be collaging over it, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so we have our open envelope. And the idea was to make the pockets, make it a flip open and have it slot in to another envelope, which would be the pocket. Understand where I'm going with this? So can we make that a pocket as well? We can. And that would have actually been nice on the insert piece, but look, we have it done this way now. So I am going to remove at least this much of the flap for now. I'm not sure if I want to keep the rest of the flap or not, so I'm just going to remove this small piece for now. And I have it folded up. I have it folded up enough that it will take this comfortably, okay? I mean, it depends on yourself how far up you want it to fold, and how deep you want your pocket, that kind of thing. So if I do it that way, I'm just trying to figure out if I want to keep the little kind of flaps and folds and things like that. If I do it this way, I think that might look better with the shortness of this side, so I might keep it that way. And if I kept this, I could probably make that into a flip as well. Do I want to do that? Have the whole thing flipping and then take this out. Yeah, that might be cool. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to keep this, but I might just trim it straight so that it's more like, well, it might be cool to leave it. No, I'm going to trim it straight from here, just straight up. going to round this. I'm going to come up on a slant and round it like the other end. So it's like as if that was the envelope flap itself anyway. And that'll just make it look a little bit prettier on the page when it is down. Like so. Now we are going to be collaging all this anyway. So with this one, I don't want this, or at least I don't think I do. So I'm going to take this off. I'm just going to straighten up this edge here, just a little. And I'll probably do the same with the other end. I cut them very crooked for some reason. I cut them very crooked because that's just what I do. Apparently. I don't want to take too much off of this. So I'm going to leave it. I'll be collaging it anyway, so we might be able to cover it with the collage. Now, this is going to be a flip up. Am I going to keep the 2 pockets? And this is going to be a pocket as well, isn't it? Is it? Is it? I might actually turn this the other way and have the pocket on the inside of this as well. So how's everyone? Since I last saw you. It hasn't been that long since I last saw you for once. Hey! Getting back on stride here. There we go. So I was talking in the last video about all my crafting woes, and I have decided to obviously go ahead and do at least one challenge. I've started doing Roxy's challenge, or Rachel's challenge. So we'll see how that goes, and if it is as good for my mojo as I hope it's going to be. If nothing else, it'll give me something to do when I'm at a loss as to what to do in the craft room, you know. We all get days like that where we just don't know what we're at. Okay, so that's that, and then this is going to go in here as an insert, and that's all going to flip like that, and we'll have a pocket here. Okay, I like it. So, to get collaging and working on them, they're going to take a bit of time, I guess, because there's 2 full pieces, but you know, we'll mosey on and see how much we get done. I have a timer on for the video. I might have to split it into 2 parts, and that's okay. I have no problem with that. I hope you guys are okay with that. But just so that I'm not putting up, or I'm not having to edit the videos too much. I'd much prefer to just kind of leave them as natural as possible. Not just for the sake of saving myself time or anything, but just that I feel, you know, I prefer to watch videos that aren't edited. Simple as that. And I'm assuming that other people have similar preferences in some way, shape or form. Or some people would anyway, I guess. Anywho, so we're going to just collage this whole thing. It needs to come down below these. Just there, but I'm not going to just cover the whole thing in that. I have my box of collage scraps and papers here that I'm going to be pulling from. I don't have a particular colour scheme or theme in mind, so I'm just going to pull whatever kind of comes to hand. Now this is a new bottle of glue, and I'm just wondering, am I supposed to pierce this? I think maybe. And here we have a little monster visitor. Hello. Sorry about him, guys. He really just does love to be with me when I am doing stuff. So I don't tend to try and stop him. So I hope he doesn't bother you. Just going to see if this needs piercing. Get out my pokey tool. Yeah, it must have done. It must have some sort of a seal in there when I get them. And it's funny, this is my fourth bottle of this. I don't remember. They do last quite a while though, so that's probably why. Now I am actually going to ink these edges as well. I'm only going to ink the edges that are showing up very white like this, okay? I'm not going to be inking everything because that's just like watching paint dry, watching somebody inking everything. I can do most of the inking after the video. Okay. Oi. A lot of the crafters that I've been watching on YouTube as well have been using glue sticks, and I can't bring myself to use them. First of all, because I know that some of them at least do lift after a year or two. I have a junk journal that I made 2 years ago, and I was flicking through it there a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of the stuff had started lifting because I used glue stick on it. So I really don't like to use glue stick. Now I know there are better ones out there. I have Yoo-hoo glue stick there, that's quite good. And Rachel swears by the Giotto glue sticks. I think they must be an Italian brand. But I just don't trust them. So I tend to use wet glues. There we go. There's a bit of white showing through there, but I will go back and ink that later. Tiny bit. Scooch it across a tiny bit so we don't have any of that envelope showing. This is just, I had made a, oops, come back. I had made a printable for a Thanksgiving planner, and this was part of my test printing. So I put it into my collage bin. Some book page. This is actually an old magazine page, a Radio Times magazine. Yes, yes. And I'm just tearing at the moment for the bits along the bottom and things. I might need to tear with a ruler, but that's okay. I can trim as well the edges when I get to those. I might actually I might speed up the collage process, okay? Just for the sake of getting a little bit more done on the video. And to be honest, I have no great collaging skills to be teaching you. I pick out whatever piece of paper comes to hand and stick it down. It's simple as that. Rachel seems to be a dab hand at it, I will say. I love watching her collage. She just seems to get it right every single time, you know. Okay, so I'm going to forward the rest of this video, the rest of this part for this particular piece. I might stop it here and there if I have anything particularly riveting to be saying to you. Okay guys, so it's probably just as well that I did put on or that I did decide to speed that bit forward, because it took me over the 45-minute timer that I had on. But anywho, okay, so we have all of this collaged. Now I didn't bother collaging the inside of the box because it's not going to be seen. And as I was folding it over, I realised there's quite a bit of bulk here, so I'm actually going to slice down here now. I'm just going to fold it up like that and come very slightly in at a slant to that little corner, just so that there's a little space here at the spine part that it can close properly, and there isn't a whole lot of bulk there. It's not, you know, bulking up the whole journal when it goes into it. So that's that. I'm just going to ink those two edges very quickly. I did all the inking and everything off camera, or throughout the speeded process, just so you wouldn't have to watch that. Okay, so the next thing is, I'm happy with the inside of that. I mean, there's going to be things going into the pockets, so I'm happy with that. Now I have decided to only glue the one side, because I think it would just restrict the size of what we can put in here too much to do the two of them. So I'm just going to glue one side of each pocket. I'm going to give it a good bit of glue because I want to make sure that stays stuck. And the same on the other side. That's that. And because this is wet glue, I'm going to have to hold these closed for a second. I'm going to maybe decorate this a little bit on today's video, and then we will do the second part of this project in another video. That might break it up nicely. Okay, so it takes a few seconds for that one to set up, but that's good enough. Now I can, because this one is staying outside, I can fully decorate this. I'm going to leave the back as is. I might end up putting a small focal image there, but I'm going to concentrate on this. And I'm going to pull out my little nature box, and a box of layering pieces, and we'll just see where we go from here. I'm thinking quite a large focal image here, and maybe some bits and pieces around it. That large. That is pretty gaudy. I wouldn't put it on there, but it would fit. Here we have, there are two in that. Oh look, I like her. She kind of fades into the background a bit too much though, doesn't she? What else have we got? I have absolutely loads in this box, but nothing jumping out at me. Maybe that's quite nice. Doesn't really go with the blues that I have going on in the background though. It just doesn't work. I wonder, no, it kind of has to be that way. That's the way I want it. So I sorted out all my stickers the other day into the separate boxes. So now at the moment I have stickers all on top and all the images towards the bottom of the box. Something like that. New, bright, very spring. Let's see. Yeah, again, this could be one of the bits that I may just have to fast forward. I kind of like that. Or not fast forward, speed up. I keep saying fast forward, but speeding up is what I'm talking about when I say that. Some shells. Yeah, they kind of go with the blue, so we'll keep that there for the time being. We do have those as well. Now, shells and those don't really mix, but I guess what I'm looking for is something blue. Who knew? We'll try a few different colours in there, but I mean I could put that there though. Oh look, this might work. I have this. This has been in here for a long time. And I just wonder if I fussy cut that part of the image. It might get lost in the background then though. Yeah, I think maybe putting that piece up there might have been a mistake. It's a bit distracting, isn't it? Okay, let's do a very quick fussy cut on this, and I do mean quick. I'm cutting. I'm not cutting right up to the edges. I'm just doing a quick shape around it more than anything else. I made this a long time ago and never got to use it. It's been in my box since nearly the very start of my junk journaling journey. Yeah, how quick was that? So I'm talking about doing something like that. This piece is I might throw some book page behind that just to see. I could do some music paper I have here. That might work. I can still leave a bit of it peeking out, but just take the most of it out of there. Okay, let's do that. It's upside down. This is actually a very modern piece of music paper. I think it came from a book of songs to learn on the guitar that my brother had, and he kind of learned what he wanted out of it and wasn't interested in the rest, so I commandeered it. Yeah, that looks a bit better there, but it needs something else. Right, we can put that away. And that can go into collage now. And this, I might leave that out just to see. Now let's see what else we have in my small book of. Ooh, do you know what I got the other day as well? I got an envelope full of old stamps. Yes, there we have that. Let's see what we have in here. I might go to the flower section first just to see. I say the flower section, they just all happen to be in the one place. It wasn't designed like that. So there are some nice blue flowers, but do I want to put another flower? I don't think I do. Some tickets and labels and things like that. Let's see these. Not red, anyway, definitely not red. Blue is a colour that doesn't come up very often in those things, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't always all have to be blue, but some lovely black and white pieces there that I took out of encyclopedias. Now see, that might be interesting. To just put a small postcard style down there. What else? What else? What else? I don't know. See what this does here. You know, it would need to go that way if I was to use it. And that might work if I was to cut that out, actually. I don't like the other flower one, so we'll put that back. Now, I do have, that's, I mean, that it is a bit big, but I'm going to see what it's like when I cut it down. Yeah, I think I need to build up my stash of blue things. This is from a piece of, I don't know, was it jelly printed or just painted papers? I think it was jelly printed. It goes quite nicely there, but the size is all wrong. Do have these. No, too samey. They just look too alike. Okay, so they're snowdrops. They're very spring, winter, spring. I don't know. Yet again, I don't know. It's like when I try to do these things, I really can't. But sometimes I just get so inspired and I'm flying. I don't even have to think about what I'm doing. I love those times. Take that out. Like something like that. Do like layering. Excuse me. These kind of things. Let's have a look in my layers box. I have a lot of Tim Holtz stickers in here at the moment. These kind of thicker ones. I find them hard to use because they're so thick. So I've been kind of pondering on using them for something like notebook covers and things. Some buttons. Now I do have a box of buttons. Do I want a button on there though? I don't think I do. No. Let me see. Again, I have a lot of stickers in on the top of this because I sorted out my stickers. What I'm looking for now is some sort of an advertisement to go underneath. These are really cool. I got these out of, it's actually a modern enough magazine. It was from the 80s. Pity they're the wrong colour. They're pretty cool. It was a magazine about collecting older things, so they had images in there. That, no. Here we go again. I could go through the whole collection of what I have here and still not know what I'm looking for, not know what I want. I want a label on there. I know I want a label. I always want a label. That might work. That there. And that there. I am going to cut this out. Use the smaller scissors. It's a shame because I do like the outside of it as well, but look, if I can find it again, I can print it again. That's the thing, isn't it? Finding it. I have so many things on my computer that I've downloaded and never printed off and used. I'm starting to do it now, but I don't like not downloading them because I can never go back and find them again. It's an issue, people. The struggle is real. I'm going to be as quick as I can doing this. I'm going to try not to be too fussy about it. She says that she's being very fussy about it. It is quite a lovely shape, this label, as in the piece that I'm cutting out. What have you guys been up to? Is it just, am I the only person in a funk? I'm often curious as to whether things like, you know, the moon phases and stuff like that, whether they affect general kind of things like this around the world, like whether it would affect creativity in general around the world. I don't know how hard or easy that would be to gauge, but I am in a right funk at the minute with it, and I guess it's just on my mind. Nearly there. Nearly there. Last round a bit. The top and bottom of these, are the sides, the shape reminds me of the Taj Mahal. Ta-da! Yeah. Crikey, even taking the papers off my desk is, I'm struggling with that even. Yeah, there we go. I like that much better. Put that there. Yes. And I don't think I want anything else on there. I might put some lace or something across the bottom. I don't know yet. Let's take those out of there. A little bit of inking on this. So I guess I'm going with a spring floral kind of thing going on here. What it must be like to actually sit down and know what you're making. I don't remember what that feels like. Just winging it. I'm not using that. Very quickly getting the edges of this done up. And this one. I'm going to give this a little bit of extra ink because it just doesn't look quite, I don't know, janky enough for me, I guess. Okay, so this piece is going on first. I'm going to leave it off at an angle and I'm going to come off the page with it. Oh, I think I know what I want on here. I want a number. That's what I want. Whoop. I think I might have an avalanche there in a minute. Oh. Oh well. I was a bit enthusiastic there maybe. I'm actually just going to fold that around. I was going to cut it, but just fold it around. Now I'm wondering, do I want the number on this label, or do I want to put an actual extra label with a number on it? I don't know yet. I'll have a look there in a second. Weather has turned here again. It was fine and sunny there kind of this time a week ago. It was beautiful. Actually, yesterday was quite nice, and this morning was quite nice as well. What am I saying? But kind of seems to have the appearance of rain yet again out there now. Okay. And this, yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. The front of this, the snowdrop on the front of it came from a napkin, but it has a very kind of almost fabric-like feel to it. It's not fabric, or at least, but I guess it is a fabric. I don't think it's paper, but it tears like paper. It's very strange. It was sold as a disposable napkin in a packet. I still have the packet of them there. But yeah, it's strange and it's quite thick. So it almost feels like, after being backed onto the paper and things, it almost feels like I'm putting a piece of linen on the piece here, which is kind of cool. Okey-dokey. They're hanging off a little bit at the end here, so I'll trim that. Now let's have a look at some numbers. I actually have an envelope here with, I don't know if what I want is in here, but we'll have a look, with all of these numbers. So I have larger ones like this, or small ones like that. That might be kind of cool. That, nope. And these are tax discs. I cut the serial numbers from them and put them on sometimes. This is a nice blue one. I don't think I want it in blue though. I've got enough blue going on now. About these Tim Holtz ones. Nope. Well, not do what I'm looking for. Oh look, there's one that I've cut in half. Would that work, I wonder? Not really. Kind of blends too much again. Looking for something a little bolder. Nope. Okay, back to my Tracy labels, I think. Right here. So let's find a number Tracy label. I actually have some of those in here and I know there are numbers in there, so let's do that instead. Yeah, so we have like these little squared ones, or have an actual label with a number. I like that. 28. Don't like the green. No, don't like that one. I think it's going to have to be kind of neutral tone. That might work. No, it's just going to get lost. I could sit here for the day now looking for the perfect number to go on here, you know that? Just leave it at that, I think. Make a decision, Rose. Make a decision. Place 1 cent stamp here. No, more bills than that. So, if this exercise has turned out one thing, it's that I don't have enough blue things in my stash. Oh look, there's a word that I might like to use there. I know it's got nothing actually to do with the... Again, maybe not. Not that one. I'm actually going to like that. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'm just going to give these a very quick inking. Leave them on, and I think we leave it there for today. Now that doesn't mean that we won't come back to this, but we'll leave it here. We'll start on the next bit and see where we're going then. As I said, I haven't made one of these. It's just an idea that popped into my head. So I'm not even sure what function I would have it perform, to be honest. Doesn't need to have a function. I don't know. You know what I mean. So yeah, I guess the basic idea of the construction of it was really a thing, wasn't it? Okay, so that's what we have. And we will continue. I take these out of the way, they're very busy looking there. We will continue in the next video. And we'll get the pocket part done. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions or comments or questions or anything, you can leave a comment below for me. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, so this is the bit we did in the last video. As you can see, we have our pockets, and I've decided to actually make this all one video, sorry. And when I finished the last part, when I finished doing this, I went on and I just collaged the other piece, the envelope piece. See? The exact same thing that I had shown you. I just collaged it, covered everything. Hello Ruby. And stuck up the pocket. So there's a pocket in there. And there's my piece. So that's going to stick onto a page and it will flip out like this. Okay? And this piece goes in here. So we've used 2 envelopes and we have a piece with 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets, and whatever you put behind it on the page, hidden journaling or whatever. You can put tags, you can put little notebooks in here. I should have actually collaged the inside of these bits, see? But, you know, like I said, this was the first one I had done, so I can probably go back and do that anyway, I'd say, which I might do. One thing I am going to do here is I am going to round these corners. I have no idea what size this rounder is. It's just the only one that I could get at the time, and it's the only one that I have aside from the one that's on my envelope punch board. Now, because that corner is the pocket corner, I didn't manage to get all the way through it. Let me get my scissors. And it'll probably be the same on the other side. Of course. Guys, I'm so sorry, the cat just knocked it over. I guess that's one reason to not have the cats around. The other little guy doesn't ever knock it over. He's always up here and he never knocks it over. Anyway, so I have that corner around it and this top corner here. So I am liking that. Yeah. Now I'm not sure what more I want to do to it. This is getting caught as I'm opening and closing. I might end up having to stick those down. The idea was to leave them open, but I think I might end up sticking them down after all. Anyway, so yeah, I might actually leave this just as it is until I go to use it in a journal and then kind of add a little bit more to it. I can see maybe some stamping going on in here and stuff. And this project has actually helped me figure something out. One of the reasons that I'm feeling a little bit lost in the craft room at the moment is because I normally don't collage things. I love collage. I love how it looks. It takes a long time for me, but it confuses my eye to know what to put on top of it. That's my issue, I think. I get very overwhelmed visually with things that are quite busy. So this kind of collage on all the pieces just kind of doesn't really suit me, I think. Even though I love how it looks. I think every now and again is enough for me to do that. So with that in mind, my future endeavours in the craft room hopefully will go a little better. There will still be some kind of collaging going on, or layering at the very least. But yeah, a little bit of revelation today, and I enjoyed making this project. I actually quite like it. Love this paper. I downloaded this so long ago and I have no idea where it came from. But I printed it for the first time the other day and I love it. This was one of the same ones that I downloaded at the same time. They're all in the same folder. So yeah, keep an eye on this space. Let's see how things go. Okay guys, have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.